You told me the other day that you feel like kids should disrespect their parents.
Boy, ain't no way.
How many of you guys in this room would like to raise your children to be strong-minded, independent-thinking, ambitious kids or adults, right? If you are going to instill that, part of that is confidence, part of that is voice, part of that is knowing I have value. And I'm talking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The first place they practice voice is on you guys. My mother would say, Ellie, go do the dishes. And I would be like, why didn't you ask one of them? And that would get me popped. But if you're teaching your child to be confident, to be strong, to value their voice, they should ask those kinds of questions, and it allows you to parent them. But we shouldn't translate that as disrespect.
In the 1900s,
that was disrespect to me.
I would never think to talk back. I would never even think to talk to my parents the way my kids talk to me.
We confuse respect for silence, and I think that's a problem. If I say, go paint the house, and the child says, yes, ma'am, and goes paint, we think, oh, that's such a respectful child. But that same child, if some strong-willed 17-year-old kid in high school says, let's go skip school, they're gonna say, yes, sir. Like, we have to teach them to question, why am I painting the house? I should understand the context of the life that I live in. Why am I painting the house? For these reasons. Okay, now it makes sense to me, and I understand, and I can do things that I understand and push back on things I don't.
That's why white folks got kids on leashes in the malls. Like that.
Yeah, I don't
run free, you know.
Yeah, I don't agree with you with that.
A child, they have thought without wisdom. So you might ask the child to mow the lawn, but in their child brain, you asked me to paint the house. It's not, you have to help me understand the world in which I live. And I think it's both ends of the spectrum. If the child says, I want to play basketball and I need $600 Jordans, I don't think it's enough to just say, oh, you got good grades. You want to sit them down and explain to them, like, this $600 is hard to earn.
That's right.
And you're worth it. And then that child thinks they have value. But remember, guys, like, they get confidence, they get thought, they get spontaneity before they get wisdom. I'm from a generation where the smack in the face was the teacher. And I'm saying conversation needs to be the educator. You have to change what your child sees when they look in a mirror and they see themselves, or you're not doing a good job as a parent. If all I see is I'm just like a tool that's being like behavioralized away, that's not how we become effective, successful adults. That's why we take any job and any salary, and certain people, certain cultures, they go into a job and like, I want this salary. Why? Because they've been raised to value themselves. Right. They've been raised to value who they are. They have a level of self-worth, so you just can't pay them anything, right? And we need to raise our kids to say, you are worth my conversation. The only thing that you guys have, that all of us have, that we cannot get back, is our time and our attention. So give your time and attention to your children, and the best way to do that is through conversation.